I guess we will see in 20 years. Aye, spicy chicken nuggets. Acho, you like Patrick Mahomes clapping back at Tom Brady?
So I love it because it's so rare that we see authenticity from athletes. Y'all don't take that for granted. It might just be Twitter, but y'all please don't take that for granted. So my brother once told me, he was talking to somebody in college. My brother was a standout in college, defensive player of the year in the conference, whatever. And he was talking to somebody, bro, and they said, hey, man, Sam Acho, we love you. You're such an amazing player. He's like, I mean, no, I appreciate it. You know, it's not really all that special. No, Sam, you're great. And he's like, no, I mean, really, it's not that big a deal. And they said to him, they said this, don't be so humble. You're not that good. I was like, bro, he told me that story maybe 10 years ago. It stuck with me since. Jesus. Athletes fall into that category of like fake humility, fake meekness. And it's like, hey, don't be so humble. You're not that good. Damn. I love that Patrick Mahomes wasn't trying to be politically correct, finally. He wasn't trying to be some sort of fake humility where he was hiding his ego. He called it like it was. He was like, hey, Tom Brady, we gonna see you in 20 years, big dog. And how do I know that this wasn't some sort of like, fake tweet in jest? Because Tom Brady was talking about the present. It is about actions. We just beat you in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes was talking about the future. When it's all said and done, who's going to be the best? That's why Patrick Mahomes didn't say, we'll see next season. He said, we'll see in 20 years. When I'm done playing and when you done playing, that's when we really going to lay this all out and see who was the greater quarterback of all time. Or maybe even who was the greatest quarterback of all time. So we rarely get true authenticity from our athletes. I used to love the Ocho Cincos of the world. Y'all remember? He was sending Pepto-Bismol to defensive backs the week before the game and the week of the game, because he would say, y'all gonna get sick of covering me, so you gonna need this. I used to love that, Phil. But we don't get that anymore because everybody just wants to be PC. They don't want to say anything that might get them criticized later on, might get them criticized later in life. Patrick Mahomes said, nah, I'm about it. And yes, Tom Brady, you are the GOAT as it stands by actions. But everybody knows I'm coming, and I might not be there just yet, and I'm gonna get there before it's all said and done.
You changed my mind. Because I was going to say, nah, I don't like it. I actually love it. I just don't like it coming from Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Oh, do not bark up that tree, because that tree may fall on you. Shout out to Jay-Z. Saw Jay-Z yesterday. I'll tell you about the conversation later. You ain't the only one see famous people, too. And they walk up to you and say, hey. All right. Anyway, oh, man, you just gave me so much. Let me start here. You're speaking out of turn, Patrick Mahomes. In any barbershop argument, which is basically what this was, this is a Twitter beef, and they both getting their hair cut at the same time. And Tom Brady like, I'm talking about right now. And Patrick Mahomes like, in 20 years, let's check this out. And Brady like, you might not even have hair in 20 years. We might not even come to the barbershop in 20 years. Like, I don't want to hear anybody in any argument ever say, well, let's check on this in 20 years. You lost the argument already. Patrick Mahomes, you ain't ready for this one. It comes off a little cloudy. No one asked Patrick Mahomes anything about this situation. It was Tom Brady responding to a bet lost about Tom Brady. It's an A and B conversation. See your ass up out of here if you're Patrick Mahomes. But you know why he wanted to put himself in there? Because on the field, he can't put himself in there in the same conversation with Tom Brady. Let's talk about Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady. Just that. Can you stay focused in this vacuum? Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady. You want to hear some ugly numbers? Here they come. He's 0-2 versus Tom Brady. But against all other quarterbacks in the postseason, he's undefeated. Tom Brady's sitting there giggling like, you really want to beef with me? You average 20 points a game against me, Tom Brady. 34.7 against every other quarterback. Tom Brady's sitting there giggling. Okay, 20 years. Let's check this out. 52 completion percentage. Everything is horrible. 77 passer rating, but 109 against everybody else. Tom Brady like, okay, 20 years from now. So here's the thing. Patrick Mahomes, Superman doesn't talk trash to kryptonite. He just stays away from it because he knows it's going to make him weak. And if you, Patrick Mahomes, watch your mouth because you're barking up a tree that just might fall on you. Facts, just facts, just facts.
You said Superman don't talk trash to kryptonite. He just stays away from. That's a bar. Here's a problem with you, Marcellus.
You don't like
You don't even notice your best bars. It disgusts me. You drop bars and don't even notice your best work. What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
That's a bar. But here's a question, bro, because I had to toggle with this morning. through 3 years as a starter, I don't know who is better.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know who is the GOAT. Y'all throw the full screen up there so y'all can digest it. Through 3 years as a starter, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, they've both been to 2 Super Bowls. Tom Brady had won 2. Patrick Mahomes has won 1. Tom Brady also, though, had no MVPs. Patrick Mahomes had 1 MVP. Obviously, in individual categories, individual accolades, Patrick Mahomes crushes Tom Brady. Different era, different team, different style of play. It's not totally apples to apples.
Right.
But, Sel, it's almost like through 3 years as a starter, I think I'd rather be Pat Mahomes. You got a Super Bowl, and you have an NFL MVP. Tom Brady had 2 Super Bowls. So Patrick Mahomes is like, hey, don't be one of them old heads, Tom Brady. And I hate the old head, Sel, probably because I'm a new school kid. I'm a young kid. I hate the old head. Here's why.
Okay.
Old heads think that their generation was the best, that nothing can be better than what they have done, that no one can be better than what they have accomplished. And Patrick Mahomes is like, big dog, I'm not going to sit here and try to run a race against you who already has a 19 or 18-year head start. We can't compare you right now to me right now. I'm going to lose that each and every day.
Yep.
But if we compare where I am to where you were at that point in time, if we can compare what I've done to what you had done at that point in time, I might actually be better than you. Yeah, you done got me head-to-head a couple times, but Tom Brady, you got an 18-year advantage, big dog. Like, it's like a dad fighting his son before his son comes of age.
Facts.
Of course Pops is going to win, but eventually what's going to happen is a young son going to grow up. Patrick Mahomes isn't fighting a fair fight right now. Tom Brady has 15 to 20 years of starting experience over Patrick Mahomes. But Patrick Mahomes is letting Tom Brady and the rest of the world know, I'm coming.
Yeah, look, I'm with you there. I am with you there in 2 respects. One, Patrick Mahomes at the same age, at the same time in his career, is better than Tom Brady. But there's no chance in hell, pretty much, that he's going to be greater than Tom Brady. Look, we're both track and field nuts. And I study track and field. Not only did I participate, I study it. I look at age group records, national world records for 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds. And you know whose name I never see? Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt as a youth was not the fastest dude out there. Like, he may have been in Jamaica, he may have been in some international meets. But if you look at the national records of every age, you don't see his name until you look at the world record. He finished the race because success is not linear. So right now, Patrick Mahomes is making an arrogant decision. Well, basically saying, since I was better than Usain Bolt at 14, hey, Usain, we'll check in 20 years. And Usain looking at that like, all right, buddy, good luck with that. And that's what Tom Brady is looking at him like, good luck with that. Patrick Mahomes has his hands full, not just with Tom Brady, but with history. Let me remind you, there's a Super Bowl hangover for the losing team in the Super Bowl. There's only been one team to lose the Super Bowl and make it back the following year since the mid-90s. That's the 2017-2018 Tom Brady Patriots. He has to fight history before he even deals with Brady. Only 3 teams in NFL history to make it to 3 straight Super Bowls. He has to fight history before he can deal with Tom Brady. Why are you trying to fight with Tom Brady? And Tom Brady's like, I've been there, done that. Are we seriously going to sit at this desk? I never put limits on people in terms of what they can become. But here's a safe bet. Patrick Mahomes, you ain't winning no 7 Super Bowls. Not a single soul has ever done it but the guy you trying to beef with right now just because you're better than him at the age that he was 15, 20 years ago. Why are we trying to project so far that he's going to be the second outlier when we still haven't even seen the first outlier finish his work?
Let's go here because I like our prowess amongst so many different sports. Remember, King James coming out of high school.
Facts.
Everybody was already comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan. And everybody was like, there is no way that LeBron James will be able to do what Michael Jordan has done. Is LeBron even going to be able to do what Kobe Bryant, the late Kobe Bryant, had accomplished and was accomplishing? Because Kobe was on the heels of that three-peat, and we was comparing LeBron to Jordan, just completely ignoring Kobe. I almost think it's very similar, Sel. It's like, wait a second, Mahomes, there's no way you're going to be able to win 7 Super Bowls. We said that there's no way about LeBron James, and we currently do a show where in a couple of blocks we'll probably end up saying, can LeBron James catch Michael Jordan? It's the same thing that's happening right before our eyes. So when you talk about history and having to break through history, that's what generational talents do.
Yes.
Tom Brady is a generational talent, not a generational athlete, but he's a generational talent. Patrick Mahomes, he's a generational talent. I think that if anybody can transcend what Tom Brady has accomplished, it would have to be a generational talent. We all doubted LeBron James, but LeBron James is literally, as we are speaking, doing what we all doubted he would be able to do. My dog went to 9 straight. Yeah, 9 out of 10. So if you're talking about it can't be done historically, we're seeing it be done in one sport by generational talent, and Patrick Mahomes is as close to that generational talent as we've seen in this game.
Yeah, and you're making my point, even though I agree with your point, which is you could be LeBron James. LeBron James, to me, is better than Michael Jordan. He could do more things. Gary Payton just came out and said the same thing. But is he greater? Is he going to win 6 rings? Maybe in 15 attempts. Come on, man. We can't go to the barbershop and say one dude is sitting there, hey, I'm 6-0. I even retired twice, and nobody's ever beat me when it mattered most. And here's this other guy. Well, I went to 15, and I finally got to my 6th one, and I was 46. And everybody looking at you like, hey, bro, go to the salon, bro. Get up out this barbershop with that conversation. That's how first of all, Patrick Mahomes does go to a salon. But second of all, he shouldn't even be in the barbershop with Tom Brady as well, and his salon going, but as well. Here's the problem. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, that's a conversation I would love to have, but I think that LeBron still is falling short in most people's eyes. Patrick Mahomes, are you really trying to play that card where you're not only going to go to enough Super Bowls, but you're going to win 7? When right now, you love to be the king of projection, so let's play your game. He's on pace right now. If he were to win 7 Super Bowl rings, he would have to play 28 years at the pace he's going right now. Now, they started off the same, but you know what happened after that year, after that full screen, Mr. King of Omission? Tom Brady went out there and went back-to-back wins. He didn't go back-to-back 1 win, 1 loss. So right now, Patrick Mahomes, you got to be very careful who you're talking to. Tom Brady is so nice, so PC, he's not going to sun you. But in his mind, like all jokes, there's an ounce of truth. This was laced in fun, but the core of this is 2 dogs who are uber competitive. And Tom Brady's like, why are you trying to compare yourself to me? When I know right now, every time I see you on the field, you walking off with a frown.
But still, it's not a fair fight.
It is a fair fight.
It's not, because I wish I remembered my boxing history as astutely as I did. I studied it like 5 or 6 years ago. Remember when the end of somebody's career, I think it was Muhammad Ali, he takes the L at the end of his career.
Yes.
I don't know if it was to Sonny Liston. I forget one of the major great names at the time. Okay. Takes an L at the end of his career. But then it's like when the young up-and-comer is in their prime, they're going to defeat you because you.
So why can't Patrick Mahomes beat him?
Because you're not
Tom
talking
Brady
about
old as hell and still waxing them.
The difference is physical prowess versus mental prowess. Y'all know the climactic point of a quarterback is when the mental prowess is at the climactic moment along with the physical prowess. In football, at the quarterback position, at this point, Tom Brady got Patrick Mahomes mentally. Now, Patrick Mahomes may have him physically, but what's more important in football? The mental. What's more important in boxing? Most would probably argue at least the physical. So Patrick Mahomes, though, he's not fighting a fair fight right now with Tom Brady.
So why he get into this damn ring? Nobody asked you. Patrick Mahomes, we know you own the team, a part owner. We know that you are a better quarterback than Tom Brady, best quarterback in the game right now. Shut up. Take one off.
So you just finna sit here and let Tom Brady throw shots.
Yes.
Because there wasn't a shot at Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
You're just going to sit there and let Tom Brady throw shots at you, and you're just going to take it. I can't. What I'm going to do is, bro, when I was at Texas, we went, I told you this, so I've told y'all this before. We go to national championship. After we go to national championship, we go 5-7. Worst record in Texas football history. And our coach said this, go ahead and kick us while we down because we're not going to be down for long. And that what Patrick Mahomes is saying is like, Tom Brady, I ain't going to be down for long now. You out here trying to get these little shots in on Twitter, trying to take these little jabs on Twitter. That's fine. No, my day will come. And we're going to see in 20 years after my day is come and gone how I have topped you. And that's what Patrick Mahomes saying.
First of all, stay in the present, young man. Second of all, you don't know how this is going to turn out. People have had career-ending injuries. You better be appreciative that you are talking to someone and you can learn something from someone who's even persevered 21 years. Third of all, learn the art of quiet arrogance. Quiet arrogance. I possess that. That means inside my head, and I know you don't know this because I don't walk around cocky. I am a nice guy. I talk to any and everybody because I don't think I'm bigger than you. I also don't think I'm lower than you either. Here's the quiet arrogance. Between my ears, I have the biggest cheerleaders with the biggest pom-poms going, go Marcells. I'm a cocky dude between these ears. But it doesn't come out in an expression. You know why? Because I don't need you to know. My left hand don't need to know what my right hand is doing. If you were smart, Patrick Mahomes, keep that quiet arrogance to yourself. but you want to be loud and arrogant. And it's not the first time I've seen Patrick Mahomes be loud and arrogant. I watched that Super Bowl game. I watched pundit after pundit, evaluator after evaluator post-game say, Patrick Mahomes didn't take what they gave him. Like just the stuff right here, the present, underneath your nose. They said, move the chains, Patrick Mahomes, you will have success. Instead, that loud arrogance kicked in, and he was like, nah, I'm Patrick Mahomes. I'm better than Tom Brady. You are not going to be greater if you don't take what they give you. All he has right now is opportunity, and that's in the present, not 20 years from now. Here's the craziest thing about it all. Tom Brady is 43 years old playing against Patrick Mahomes in his prime. And guess what happened? Tom Brady went out there and waxed him. 3 touchdowns. How many touchdowns did your young and your prime self have, Patrick Mahomes? Donut. And you're going to wait till the offseason and now want to chop wood and try to bring that tree down when he just showed you when we had time to fight. It's on, and you ain't got nothing for me. You ain't got nothing else? You ain't got nothing for me either. All right, coming up.
I'll show you in 20 years.
Silliness.